Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is George, and for today's video, I want to talk about the the um the wedding from season three, from wedding from season three, Euphoria, and more specifically, I want to talk about just Maddie, just like just the whole thing around Maddie, just what she in that moment and what really and how she feels, how the events from the first two seasons kind of like led to that whole thing, but like in a concise sort of way. So yeah, um, and why she kind of chooses herself essentially, and so yeah, um, to establish in season one and season two of Euphoria, we see that Maddie and Cassie are friends. They're good friends, obviously, and like and Matt and Cassie herself, she is a mess, obviously, because of because of her childhood, the fact that her dad was not in her life, and which led to her basically to look to look for male attention, but Maddie was kind of gave Cassie sort of this thing, this like, but like Maddie valued her friendship with Cassie that, despite the fact that uh, despite uh, w- the, the, despite who Cassie kind of is, and um uh, and but yeah, Cassie is looking for male attention because of the absence of her father. Now people do say that um it is because she did not have a male figure in her life, but um I don't necessarily agree with that. Her mom was not really someone she could rely on, um like because like there are cases where I have heard where um uh a a if in a single parent household, the parent who is the singular parent who is obviously the parent um who is like stable and who's stable and rational, he can manage to create upstanding he can manage to create upstanding citizens and who are educated, obviously. um but yeah, this is only like some cases, not all. Not it's not always like that. And obviously her mom is is also, she has her own issues. Um but yeah, the other person, now during that time she was in Maddie was in relationship with Nate. Nate, if you remember, is he also has his own problems with his father relating kind of, it all started because he saw his dad's um adult content that he was creating, and I don't know, it drove him insane for some reason or something like that. And uh he was and Nate was like very much abusive to Maddie, and things like that. And um he was, I wouldn't say controlling her, but like he was pretty uh, abusive in the usual sense of the word. Um and he was like trying. He was like he wasn't really taking her. He whenever they would like argument they were argue, like he wouldn't listen and things like that. And then here comes Cassie, and with her with her sort of, and for 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 Nate, kind of, the thing about Maddie is that she kind of tries to fulfill the both the archetypically she tries to fulfill she tried for him to fulfill the archetypically speaking the Madonna horror complex, and by which she does she tries to be both, but the thing is it just doesn't work. And if I'm not, and then here comes Cassie, who the who y- he who she is, she's an easy target, I would say. And her need for male validation easily may cause her to just swoop Nate from Maddie. And personally, for me, I personally think like Maddie, she probably should be thankful, because yes, it led to it led yes, it, the fact that Cassie stole Nate from Maddie caused a rift in the friendship, is what is what it is what it caused it. But the thing is, um uh theoretically speaking, if we are looking at it from a third person perspective, uh yes, you could say Cassie betrayed Maddie, but like Maddie think Maddie is like thankful that Maddie in retrospect is thankful that that like she kind of stole Nate from him from she Cassie stole Nate from Maddie. But the thing is, even if the fact that she was upset at Cassie showed that um I will she I mean she did not love him, but like she valued the the friendship. And what ends up happening is what ends up happening is that like throughout the whole series, um this is all going down. And like uh uh e- and like Maddie throughout the whole, like Black Cassie throughout the whole throughout the whole, like both season 1 and season 2 series are is a hot mess, obviously. And now we jump to the wedding. So now we jump to where in season 3 Maddie is attending um Nate and Cassie's wedding, where it's where we see it canonically years haven't passed. And like Nate is not really like who he was in season 1 and season 2. um uh even his behavior, the way he's kind of dressed, you could see that by even just like he has taken over his dad's like building company. And like he is set, and he, from what I remember, is he owes money to loan sharks, apparently. Yeah, he owes money, but it's like some it's a large sum of money. But thing is, um but the thing is, yes, uh, yeah, yes, in like now and then Maddie, we see her. She is she is like she is years later, canonically speaking, working as like a person who schedules celebrity, she like schedules like celebrity activities, and we see her working at a sort of like a corporate job, and like I said, she attends both of their wedding, and she is just, and the fact that she's just like sitting there and mind and uh mine and like she's just sitting there. Yes, she was invited, but before that, she is like Cassie wanted to meet with Maddie to give her sort of like advice, because Cassie wanted to help Nate with with money, so she started an OF account. I think that, I mean, that's what like that's and she wanted to, she started like an OF account, and she asked and she invited Maddie to kind of, and she made her to kind of like give her um, uh, advice about about the whole, like, or about the celebrity aspect of the whole thing, and here she is, and there she is, actually at the wedding, sitting there, i- dressed in her usual Maddie way, and she is like looking at these people, both of them not necessarily like, she is mourning she is not necessarily like, she is mourning the death of her and Cassie's friendship, and she's just there purely out of courtesy, and just so that like, just so she could save face, and but the thing is, she chooses herself because um she realizes in retrospect that like, that I mean, she chooses herself because she realizes, I mean, look at both of them sitting there um at that table, just clown show, like these two cannot really be the like Nate uh, like she can't even, mm, I, I assume, take them seriously, but like she is glad that she is not really in this position where she has to owe money to anyone, or like she is working herself, she is but she is doing what she's doing step by step, and she is this is what she set her mind to, and no, she's not necessarily living in a big ass house, like Nate and Cassie, because of the money that Nate's father because of the money that Nate's father has been accumulating, but she has her place. It's small, but it's hers. It it it's her place, and she's starting from zero, obviously, and like um and she chooses herself mm, because like she is glad that she's not really in any way, shape, or form, and she is not really in that position, and she does not want to be, uh she does not want to be like, even if for her, I assume that even if Cassie would have told her to like rekindle the friendship, mm, Maddie wouldn't want because she feels betrayed. But at the same time, she mourns different. She is sad that she is the friendship is dead. Uh, and like there, there's nothing else to be said. Uh, obviously. So yeah, um, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.